Yep, exactly. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to another video. So my brother got married like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago now, and it was interesting because the photographer that showed up, they had two shooters, but the main shooter was a guy shooting an old Canon 6D, say old, but 6D, not the 6D Mark II, and he had the first original Canon 50mm 1.8 EF lens, and that's it. He had no other lenses. He wasn't shooting anything wide, he wasn't shooting anything tight, no zooms, no nothing. And he shot the entire wedding on the old 50 1.8 and his Canon 6D. Now he did have a second shooter that was shooting on a Sony a7 III, and it kind of got me thinking, got me inspired a little bit, you know, how the simplicity might have worked for that guy. And so I recently did the portrait shoot that you just saw in the opening of this video for a guy I used to go to high school with. That's his stepdaughter. And I brought and applied the same message only, which I used the cheap 50mm 1.8 FE lens. It's on sale right now for like $160, $169 maybe here in the U.S. If you're from out of country, it might be a different price, but it's cheap. And so I shot the entire thing, and I gotta be honest with you, I came back and I was pretty happy with the results. Now, that lens I don't think is the fastest autofocusing lens. I think other lenses on Sony shoot much better, but it did the job. It did face tracking good enough. Maybe it's not the sharpest thing in the corners, but for portraits, you're mostly focusing in the middle anyways. The bokeh's a little busy, but I think overall it looked really, really good. It was great to have just one small light lens that still gave me enough compression and depth of field on this camera and shoot with it. It freed me up instead of changing lenses and all that kind of stuff. And I really, really enjoyed it. And you know, the message of this video is this. It's real simple. You don't have to have the 1.2 G Master, or you don't have to have, you know, the L mount 1.2 $4,000 huge prime lens to make good images. You know, there's a diminishing law of returns on some of that stuff. Like, would the higher end glass look better? Probably more micro contrast, sharper, maybe better fall off, better autofocusing, all that kind of stuff. Absolutely. But for 95% of us, 95% of the time, you don't need that. And if you're going to go out and you just want to start shooting portraits, or you just want to kind of make your own way, I'd recommend just picking up something like a Fast 50, or maybe you're a 35 or 85 shooter, and just, you know, doing something like that. You can get a lot done with a lens like that. So I wanted to show you guys some of those photos and just, you know, say, hey, you don't have to have the newest, latest, and greatest, most expensive gear. I shot this photo shoot on an a7 III. I'm shooting this video on a Sony a7 III, and yeah, it's, you know, the a7 IV is out, a7R5, you get the A1. This a7 III is 5 years old. You can get it for pretty cheap right now. So cheap lens, cheap body, you can get a lot of stuff done still. By the way, I had this camera before I made the video about I'm done buying cameras, so I'm still sticking true to that. This camera is my like cheap quote unquote full frame setup, and I have my Micro Four Thirds and my Leica, so I'm sticking to it. Anyways, I want to make the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment below. Did you like the pictures? Did you not? That's okay. And what do you think about you know, saving some money, using the gear that can kind of fit versus spending a lot of money and necessarily going for the best right away? I think you can get a lot done with the quote unquote cheaper gear for sure. So see you guys in the next one.